What I'm going to do today is explain our program and the steps to success that I've planned for you, laid out for you in our program, the second in Human Design Mastery series. I'm LaVeena Archers. I'm the Educational Director for Jovian Archive, source of the Human Design System. You can see we've got lots of official sites of human design, and you happen to be here with Human Design Mastery. So welcome, welcome. Today, again, we're going to be talking about partnerships. So if you're here, that means you're serious about creating aligned and sustainable success, and that you understand that doing things all by yourself, all on your own, by your lonesome, is no longer sustainable. If you want to make it further in business, you have to learn how to relate with other people. And that's one of the things that is at the fundamental core or basis for success relationally when it comes to career, business, of course, personal. You're going to get a lot out of this all across the board, accordingly to whatever's right for you to do, experiment with, and see. So we're going to help you use the keys to your partnership potential. Today, I'm going to help you use your human design so that you can just stop guessing. Wouldn't that be nice to just stop wondering and start partnering in alignment to finally build the relationships that fuel your business instead of draining it? I know that that can be a quite terrible experience to have. I myself have had many partnerships over the years, and it's in fact one of the things that Ra said was the most difficult to do is to make money in partnerships. Now, of course, he's speaking from his personal experience. He's a single definition manifester. I happen to be a basic split, wide split projector, so I have a different take on relational dynamics. And another thing that he said is that if he was going to choose somebody to teach partnership or relationships, he would choose a split definition. So this is one of the things that I can give to you as far as my human experience and the reaping of the rewards over the last decade plus of using human design, not only personally, but also teaching it professionally, both for myself and the players at the top of the industry. So again, 10 steps that I'm going to take you through as far as what human design partnership has for you when it comes to success in business. And this isn't fluff. These are going to be 10 non-negotiable moves for you to stop wasting time and energy with the wrong people in the wrong situations so that you can start getting paid for what only you can do. This is the key to being successful when it comes to differentiation. In business, it is one of the keys. With the advent of AI, currently, it's never been easier to start a business. You can use the right prompts in ChatGPT and boom, within 24 hours, you've got a whole business. But it is the implementation and the personal relationships that are going to take you far and differentiate you from your competitors, because an AI cannot replace you. So this is the key and fundamental core truth that I want you to adhere to remember that we are going to use human design for business steps built straight from the source, although of course the way that LaVeena teaches and articulates and expresses is going to be based on my personal experience. But I'm using the keys from Ra Uru Hu, founder and first messenger of the human design system, and proven over the past decade of my results, not only personally, but also in business. So I'm really grateful to have you here for the launch of our second experience in Human Design Mastery. So these programs over the next few years, I'm going to show you how to decode not only your auric frequency, but your energetic blueprint, your nature on all levels, if it's right for you to continue on in the journey. This means that you're going to learn about who to team up with based on your own design, who to avoid, and also I'm going to help you create exponential results when it comes to the right people instead of partnering with somebody who happens to be like a wet blanket, dragging you down and challenging your ability to make money. I have had a couple of experiences like that. So I'm going to help you learn from some of the core truths that Ra gave to us, some of the deeper fundamental principles for being personally successful. And step one is your type and strategy, obviously, because if you're making decisions like a blindfolded quarterback, you're screwed. Alignment starts with type, strategy, authority. Of course, understanding your nature, your profile. Another thing is to understand how you're here to make money. So that's all in the personal success, which you get access to. As soon as you sign up, it's already recorded for you, ready to go. And you're going to have monthly sessions with Naraya and also Melanie on Sundays, if it's right for you to continue to go on in that journey. It's something that's absolutely included to help support you on your personal level of success. Then the thing that I'm launching right now is leadership work success. So if you're still making decisions with your mind, or whatever framework out there that you're trying to model yourself after somebody else's business, you're going to be driving this fast Ferrari off a cliff, as in your GPS is off. So your strategy of being yourself in business and then using your authority to find the right partner in business is going to be the thing that you can trust when it comes to building your business, to have growth, to have success, to partner with the right people so that you can have the advantage in order to leverage each other's strengths and gifts and talents. And the minute you start using your genetic success potential, what you're going to find is that you stop second guessing yourself physically. Now, personally, having gone through this for many years and also mentoring and guiding professionals, especially over the past decade, I can tell you that your mind still plays tricks on you, as in it'll take a good long while for you to be able to let go of the mind telling you what to do, which is conditioning, and sourcing into your body compass. So it is going to take some time. Don't worry, we're in it for the long haul. We'll still be there for you, as in the live materials in this experience are going to continue on for another year beyond the intensive that we've got for you to learn how to stop second guessing yourself so that you can actually make moves that work when it comes to career and business. Now, the third principle that I'm going to take you through, I'm not going to teach you all the details, nuances, and subtleties of the global background frequencies and the locks and keys. Lots of stuff on Jovian Archive, where Ra takes you through it experientially as far as his personal process of not only being the source of the human design system and putting it forth into the world, but being able to teach it over decades of experience. But what I am going to do is help you understand at least the core fundamental principles of the 2027 background frequency shift in work dynamics, because here's the uncomfortable truth. These systems that built our businesses currently are crumbling. So your career, your wealth, your relationships, your communities, all of that stuff is actually getting the rug pulled out from underneath of you. And you probably have felt it too. If you have been struggling because there's been a mass explosion of competitiveness, lots more people getting into the game, you've got to get your A game on, as in you've got to reframe and rebuild or shift to change the way that you're doing business. Otherwise, you're going to get left in the dust, far left behind. And you can already see that with a lot of people closing their doors currently and in the last 4 or 5 years. So by learning how to operate as yourself, really simple keys, not easy to do, particularly for those of you who are overwhelmed currently by what's happening and lost trying to figure out which way to go or what to do. The thing that is right for you to do is source inside to what is true here and now. And moving forward, that's the thing that's going to help save you, because nobody's coming to rescue you. You're going to get crushed if you're going to try to keep up and do like everybody else is, especially if you're like me, non-energy type, projector, reflector. Now, those of you, for you who have not yet gone into this at all, period, you're brand new, maybe raise your hand if you're brand new. This is going to be like drinking through a fire hose. However, it's not going to be just here, have a course, bye. This is not what that is. This is also not hand holding, as in this is not about us telling you what to do, but it is a partnership that I am placing a sacred trust of you and me and I and you, that you're going to do the work too, that you're going to get this unfair advantage to compete with what's coming directly from me, my team, and Ra, of course, because we want to help you survive the coming changing times. And this is going to be right for you if it's right for you to know how to make decisions. So if you already, like, not new, but you know this too, you're actually going to get even more benefit because we're going to take you into some deeper layers and fundamental levels of the human design system beyond what is normally taught at the foundational core. Because I can source into many different aspects of the system, what I'm doing for you is, now, I'm a creative role model, so you can take a little hint from me. What I'm doing for you is distilling down a ton of information, filtering, sorting, curating, cultivating. And because I have the benefit of working with this day in, day out for many, many years now, it's been almost 13 years of working with this information daily. What I want for you to do is see how I am actually pulling the things that are most important for you to know, and I'm modeling what you need to do for your people too, as in it needs to be that we're all filtering this mass fire hose of information. Kind of like how ChatGPT or Grok or whatever it is that your favorite tool, AI tool is that we're helping to decipher. We're using our judgmentation, whatever your skills happen to be. Mine happen to be inspiration and imagination and feeling. So when you know yourself clearly, truly for who you really are, and you want to make business decisions that are right for you, it's ideal for you to join us too. So you're going to use mybodygraph.com for the personal success. And we are also going to unlock for you Maya Mechanics, the business edition, if it's right for you to join this course at the highest level, or if you're a solo or partner, you can also purchase the software. It's only available to those people who take this particular program so that I can train you in how to use our business software. So not only are you learning your design, but also knowing their design, whether they're being the other person, partner, or other people on your team, depending at what level you sign up. So the thing that I want for you is to know what your auric partner pattern is, because when you feel bitter, angry, burned out, frustrated, disappointed, that's not the game we're playing. It's not the work. Many people have this misidentification with trying to avoid those challenges, the bitterness, frustration, anger, disappointment, and making decisions or basing decisions upon that frequency. And in truth, that is a shadow experience, as in it's not going to take you to where you want to be. So if you can stop using your not self, which is frustration, anger, bitterness, and disappointment to make decisions, stop letting that run the show, know this, and stop bleeding time, energy, money in a direction that really isn't taking you to where you want to be. So for the manifester, your energy to initiate. For the generator, your energy to build in response or to generate. For the projector, your awareness to guide one person at a time. And for the reflector, the awareness of who can I be myself and who is different. This is the awareness for large group reflection primarily. And each of these types have a different signature of the signpost of their spirit that emanates from inside. And each one has a different strategy, and each one has a different way of accessing their authority and being their own authority. And this is the key. It's the primary fundamental truth. Now, because about 67% of the population are generative, this includes manifesting generators, and generators with manifesting potential. That means then a lot of those programs out there that you've been trying to follow may be for someone that's absolutely not like thee, as in it's not like you to be able to pick up and do what these other programs are telling you to do. And that's why they don't work. How many of you have program after program after program and potentially, big groups of expensive monthlies or yearlies masterminds where you're trying to model yourself after someone else and finding that you're falling through the cracks, or the things that they're telling you to do are falling through the cracks. This is not about me passing you off to someone else on my team is actually at the fundamental core of my success. And I'm going to model that for you and show you how that works. So generators have a certain subset of skills and challenges that we're going to go through. Manifestors, same thing. Going to have a different way of doing business. Same thing like the generator. Types of generator, subtypes, the projector, there are subtypes of projector and manifestors. And for the reflectors, the 1%, again, who is different, you're all going to have your own process in partnering. And so what that means is actually, it's not just 16 partnerships that are a potential between these 4 different fundamental basic building blocks of humanity. It's 192 partnership pairs when you take into account the incarnation cross or your life's work, the profile, we call it in human design, or the role that you play either physically or mentally. So what you think about yourself and what you actually are broadcasting and other people see you to be. I'm taking you through the true profile, so it's going to be a lot deeper than what generally you find in store. This profile in your partnership is your character in playing this game we call life and business. So you can't play the role of your own personal hero if you don't know your part. If you don't know the part of your partner. Trying to win without knowing what game you're playing is sucky as an experience, to put it plainly. So your profile, knowing your profile is like showing up prepared for your role, prepared for the right script, let's say. Whereas if you don't know your partner and yourself clearly, it's like both of you showing up to the wrong movie in the wrong costume, in the wrong set. Oof, that's not going to be successful. It's going to be frustrating, angry making, bitter, and disappointing. So by setting you up for success, by explaining to you how these different partner pairs are going to function based upon what situational set and setting you're going to find yourself in, that's my aim and goal, to educate you correctly. This is the kind of stuff they should have taught us in schools. Oh, well, what to do? Here we are now. So let's move forward so that you can not only know your role, but own your role. People will know how to relate to you better if you know how to be yourself and how to win at this game of no comparison, but you being your own competition, we could say, if that's the kind of game you like to play. Now, why is this key? You working in the wrong environment, whether you're doing things solo, partnership, small group, or large group, it will kill your potential, your genetic potential to rise through the ranks because there's no end to hierarchy. And when it comes to work, it's not about working harder or longer, again, smarter in alignment with your genetic potential. So working where your awareness, where your energy actually does work. Your design is either going to amplify and distort or learn wisdom about the challenges or upsets that you happen to go through. And if you're blindfolded, sad for you. Why not take the blindfold off, get the education that you need in order to get results without the kind of friction that you may have found in the past, indeed. When it comes to building a partnership from your solo endeavor, it's about working with the right person and working in the right situation. Groups work in rotating partnerships. So that's why you struggle. If you are a partner working in a small group, working in a large group, and you don't really know the game well enough as far as playing by your own rules, and then also knowing how to get the best out of your partnership, you're at a disadvantage automatically. So most people actually don't succeed in business. So instead of just trying to survive and tread water, why not be able to play the game correctly for you so that you know what's true? And partnering in all situations is one of the things that I'm going to teach you how to do. That means then those of you in solo, as in working alone in your own aura, doing your own thing, you're still going to get at the benefit of learning how this all works in partnership by going through this course, because the materials are all going to be the same when it comes to the recordings that I have already and then am preparing for you. Sorry, getting hot here. Sunny Arizona. So if you don't decondition and One of the things that we learn in human design is that everything is conditioning, basically, but small groups and large groups are incredibly homogenizing, as in they make everyone go towards a singular goal. And you want to know that about yourself and your partnership as far as where you might get subjugated or challenged by the group think or the group dynamic. Instead of trying to build somebody else's business, a life that is not yours, you can attempt, if it's right for you to do, build your own business accordingly with your genetic potential. And this is going to allow you to swim in the sea of where your energy wants to be, rather than trying to play ball in a game that it's under somebody else's domain, territory, subjective to their will. I know nobody who likes that game. Not really, not truly. And in the new era, this is the place you want to be as far as where we're going. The cross of the sleeping phoenix is about self-empowerment, the new era in 2027 and beyond to 2439. Listen to this. If you wanted to judge somebody, don't judge a book by its cover, they say, but if you wanted to judge somebody based upon throwing, let's say, a lawyer into the doctor's office or vice versa, we know that that's not going to work. So your genetic potential, we wouldn't put a fish on a bicycle and expect it to be able to race. Why are you building a business in an environment or in a place that actually fights your design? I don't know. Why are you doing it? Just because ignorance, unfortunately. And we can get rid of that ignorance for you. So if you're afraid of ignorance too, this cross of the sleeping phoenix is one of the things, again, I'm going to educate you on so that you don't have to get left behind in that crumbling era where the herd is still going this one way. That is frustrating and angry making and embittering and disappointing. This experience is going to teach you how to operate as well as in partnership and build your business, especially if you want to grow your way. If you want to grow beyond just a solo or partnership into a team, small or large, this is the way to enhance your availability to know your genetic potential and follow it. So in the new era, individuals with knowing and empowerment are going to align and survive. The ones who know how to thrive by having strong boundaries. It is one of the keys that we're learning. In 1615, that cross of planning came into the fore, and that built our whole industrialized nations. And in 2027, with the shift, success is not about fitting in like it was before or deferring to those people, powers that be outside of you. It'll come from dialing into you and what's true. So if you don't know your talents, can't use them, aren't aligned, you're toast. The winners, the people who are going to be at the forefront, the helm of the new era, building the new societies, these are going to be the people who know themselves, love themselves, own their gifts, trust their own authority, and can be their own authority in order to operate like pros on the material plane. No more hiding in groupthink. No more blame, shame, guilt, fault, regret. Just be you. Be what's true or get left behind. Because if you don't know, and one of the keys that we're going to show you is your incarnation cross, you're going to be able to use that incarnation cross to the best of your available energy or ability if you can follow your decision-making process and be yourself. But if you don't know it, or you have no idea about it, most likely you get subjected to, like a boat on a stormy sea, whatever winds or currents, wherever that may carry you. So in protecting not only you, it's also about protecting the sacred partnership, the entrustment of trust that you and the other have together to move the needle forward in partnership. Now, I've had some partnerships in my past, both personal and professional, where I made a lot of mistakes. And I don't want that for you. I want you to know that you're not here for random success or satisfaction, peace, surprise, delight in life. You're not here for random things. You're here for something very specific. And that's what your incarnation cross brings. You're here for a specific impact initiation, guidance, advice, a specific generation or building of a business. Your mission in life or your purpose comes from your life's work, which we call the incarnation cross, your incarnative purpose. So your real reason for being here, your angle, your niche, what you're here for, when you align to it, people feel it, they see it, they know it, they smell it, they taste it, they touch it, because you are living it, you're breathing it. And then those opportunities, those right people, they find you. You're not here for everybody. So get that. You're here for very specific people, your fractal family, as we call it in human design. And if you're still listening, I happen to be that for you because you are attuned to hearing the sound of my voice, my frequency. If you weren't on my fractal, you wouldn't be here. And the way that we've been working, the end of the era, 1615 to 2027, that's dead. It's gone. And no one's coming to save you except for you. And you're already there, aren't you? You're there, right? I'm here. Are you there? Are you listening? Hello. So the way that we've been working, it's no longer the way that we're here to do business. And you see that shifting. As these traditional group structures dissolve, we're going to continue to witness the rise of the entrepreneur. It is the way that we're moving. It is the key to fulfilling your success potential and your material abundance, which is strictly a question of spirit in this new reality. So how are you going to find your way forward to prepare for the coming shift? Well, I'm a basic split. Thank God I've got a partner, as far as what is the way forward, your way forward. You're going to find that in this experience, whether you're working solo, whether you're going to find yourself eventually in a partnership, or is it actually the right way to leverage yourself and your business? That's what this program is going to give you if you sign up for the partnership level, because it's going to give you your blueprint to define your roles based on your real genetic blueprint, not guesswork, not airy-fairy. It is about a hardwired code inside of your genetic potential of how you're here to treat each other with mutual respect in order to have a true ally in this journey, because this is the way forward, as in our guiding light and principle. The fastest way to destroy your partnership, assumptions. Fastest way to scale one is an awareness. And that's the whole game, the whole movie with Human Design for Business. It's about awareness in your partnership so that the two of you, when we put the two charts together, we can actually explain to you what to do, not just what it is, but what to do in order to smooth over those rough edges. Maybe you've got a partner who's a diamond in the rough, or maybe you yourself are one of those diamonds in the rough. Takes a bit of time to grow up for someone like me, wide split, emotional, projector, very deeply conditioned over a significant part of the life. So getting yourself into the right partnership is the first, foremost, and most important key. So if you take this experience with us by bringing another person in, it's not like a 2-for-1, but it's a significant discount if it's right for you to do. And you're both going to get a lot of information. So is it right for you to join us when it comes to this material? I'm going to tell you that a partnership is the basic fundamental building block of a small group. So eventually, if you want to be able to do the small group thing, you're going to be set up for success. And you may think that you're working in a team or a group, but what's really happening when you're together in business is that that partnership is working through you, or that group is actually controlling you, homogenizing you. So one of the keys to working in a partnership is to understand the basic fundamentals to mechanics of transauric entities, small groups, to be simple and plain. This is the base group of 5 people that creates the small group, then the larger group hierarchy. And partnership is that basis of this unified group when it comes to people coming together. We also have adding 3 groups of 3 to 5 people. This isn't a hack now. This is your work life. This is actually the way that human design shows us the mechanics of how we are controlled and how humanity is organized or structured. So this is actually a lifelong game that I'm getting you into if it's right for you. It is that the deeper you go, the more leverage you're going to get. And if you're not committed to understanding how you work, how do you expect anyone else to work with you? This course isn't about learning more. It's about becoming more. Not too much more likely, but when it comes to working in group, it is important that you are sourced into what's right for you. So we call that group mechanics in rave sociology and also in OC16. We call this the organization, the hierarchy of what happens to you and me when we're in group dynamics, and they're not optional. Sad but true, says the mind, what to do. They're either going to help you succeed to build your business behind the scenes, or it's going to be sabotaging you silently. You have no idea. I'll show you how to flip that switch so that you don't succumb to the pain and suffering of not knowing what's happening to you. In this OC, organizing channels of a group of 16. That's a mid-sized group of 16 people made up of, again, 3 unified groups and an alpha. Now, when it comes to being you in business, in that large grouping, if you don't have an alpha that has one of those channels, you're screwed, unfortunately. If you don't have an alpha that has, in the department heads, the appropriate productivity levels, you're also screwed. This is going to help us understand the bedrock of our hierarchy. So I'm not going to teach you how to engineer large groups, but I am going to teach you about the basic fundamental building blocks of large groupings so that you know what you bring to the table, regardless of what level you sign up for, solo, partnership, or small group, which is a nice add-on that we've brought to the table. Because I'm starting to help work on the software. Well, we have been, but it's come back up to the fore as far as our projects in our product line that we're planning for you, part of LaVeena Archive. So to understand the bedrock of all hierarchies, you want to know what is it, the role that you are playing within these groupings and who's reporting to whom, or who's going to be part of this cabal or that cabal, as Ra would call it. Because solo, small group, and partnership all can operate inside of the large grouping. But if you're in a physical large group, those things, solo, partnership, small group, they don't work the same. They absolutely do not. And so you don't know how to play the game if you don't know the rules. So the rules of the hierarchy, first is operate correctly, you, yourself, and take responsibility for being you through and through. Growing a partnership is going to be the thing that you're going to especially get out of this. If you're entering at the partnership level, obviously you're going to take in that information that I give to you so that you can find out how to work correctly. Despite the fact that there's no end to hierarchy, when it comes to human beings being controlled, there's always been the top and the bottom and everybody in between. So this ancient old mechanism, I'm going to dispel some of the myths for you so that you can use your keys to unlock your genetic potential. This isn't philosophy. This is a daily operating system for your reality. Use your strengths, and they can say use it or lose it, but what you're losing, you're not really losing your strengths. You might be covering them up in dust and dirt and muck and mire, but what you will be losing if you don't operate correctly accordingly to your genetic potential, time, money, your sanity. Because this can really drive you crazy if you're constantly frustrated, angry, bitter, and disappointed. It isn't about us reading your chart for you, analyzing it, and then just forgetting it, putting it on a shelf. This is about unlocking the success keys to partnership, installing your new operating system so that every decision, every partnership, not just the partner that you bring in to the table for this group, but every dollar that you earn is going to help you fulfill the truth of who you are as far as your genetic potential, the rules in your own personal game of life. So organizations of people in a small group, 3 to 5 maximum. We then look at 16, which is part of this new revamp of our program and experience. And then also just a brief look at the ideal large group, not for how to use software nor engineer it, but for us to advise you if you happen to be working or interfacing in a large or giant conglomerate. Okay, so that is something that's available. And we're also going to show you what business departments you are actually designed to be in. So whether that be in management, whether that be in competitiveness, whether that be in direction, whether that be in the logic, whether that be in interaction, or lastly, whether it's in innovation. All of you, if you paid attention to the body graph as we just kind of slide over this animation, I want you to see that every single gate activation, all 64, are there in the large group. So at the top of the hierarchy, we have the powers that be, the people who are designed to be the CEO, spokesperson, in charge, large and in charge, I like to say, to help you remember, to help it stick. And we can see all those people that report to each of these business departments. So wouldn't it be nice to know what it is that you bring to the table and who it is that is on your side truly, and how your partnership is designed to be successful or satisfying or peaceful or surprising, so that you can eventually get to that point of building more than just the two of you. Maybe it's 3 to 5. We call that scaling, right? Moving up in the world. Or whether it's right for you to get to 16, or how it is right for you to get to 16 and who you need on your team. This is one of the laying the foundations that I'm going to do for you in this program. And learning this can also not just help you build, but it'll also help you get protected so that you can see how you operate correctly, your partnership operating correctly, regardless of the changing circumstances that I just took you through. Seeing where you're a sucker for getting sold to, or seeing where other people sell to you. Oh, this is really new and improved. Yes. And what's wrong with that? Like, really, this is the newest, most improved elevation of this material so that you can protect yourself against the pitfalls, the problems, the challenges, your mental distortions, getting away from those challenges of self-perceived flaws or weaknesses so that you can align to your individual truth, so that you can recognize where you're here to be materially successful, unlocking your unique gifts. And Human Design Mastery gives you the tools to attract, build, and grow aligned partnerships. Once you take this, just because, let's say, everything comes to an end, people die, partnerships break, down the road, you're going to still have the skills and skill sets of interrelational wisdom that you can take from this program, this experience, and use in your next partnership so that you can have more flow, more success, satisfaction, peace, surprise, the abundance of spirit that arises from inside.